morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's Manifest going for you so far?
Good. I first just want to say how I get to speak to a legend, logistics legend. I mean, I watch you all the time, and this is fantastic to even be here.
Yeah. Now you can watch me up close right here.
I know,
right?
yeah. It's a personal experience.
Yes. So I appreciate you coming by. You're with Camelot 3PL Software,
Yes,
right?
thank you.
So tell us a little bit about that, because we haven't had you guys on the podcast before.
No,
so
not yet.
Yeah, so give us the overview.
Yeah, so Camelot 3PL Software, we've been in business for over 41 years in warehousing and WMS space. So we focus solely on third-party logistics, multi-tenant warehousing. Billing is a very strong point for us, and we're also adding a lot of automation. We do integrations for our clients, so very strong EDI tool internally. So we don't have to go to third parties for that either. So overall, just a really good tech stack as well.
Okay.
Being on a Microsoft tech stack really adds to the security and the data privacy for our customers too. So
Sure. So catering specifically to 3PLs. I know we got a couple 3PLs watching.
Sure.
Dave that was checking in earlier. So tell us a little bit about, what are you seeing are some of probably like the top challenges for 3PLs right now?
Yeah, so speed to market for a 3PL, getting a new customer, getting integrated quickly, right? That's the name of the game these days, and you got to be able to process orders fast and get them set up in the warehouse efficiently. And that means both in terms of storage configuration, so you have to be efficient, especially if it's going to be high volume shipping, but even low volume shipping, you still have to have very good warehouse configuration to make sure you can process orders through efficiently and accurately, and then being able to set up the system quickly and being able to configure it without having to call programmers to come custom program everything can actually speed up go-to-market strategy. So that's sort of a top challenge that our clients have been facing that we've been able to help solve for them. So really just getting them to
just
get
move faster,
quicker.
Yeah. Interesting. So that speed to market, I mean, certainly is critical, right? Especially when you're getting new clients. And obviously we're seeing, there's a lot of shift happening in the 3PL industry too, with some big players shutting down. And obviously those clients need to find a home, right? So the quicker they can get onboarded, the probably more likely they're going to go with that 3PL because they need a place to go, right? So
that's right.
Speed to market definitely critical. So tell us a little bit about like what you're doing on the data side, right? Because I think that 3PLs, they obviously, need to manage the physical good flow, right?
Sure.
But as with the supply chain, right, we have data flow and information flow as well. So how are you helping to enable them, harness their data a little better?
So data it's our customers' data, and it's their customers' data.
Yeah.
You have all this sales and shipping data and all this inventory data, and you need to make it actionable. So there's a lot of ways that we help with that. So on one hand, we have to make the data visible and transparent to the client. So what do we have in the warehouse, and how can we ship what we have? So you have to have online portals, and you have to have EDI that actually provides that traceability back to the customer, whether it be lot traceability or expiration date tracking, making sure that you're shipping out the correct product to the right people, but also the data that we have to look at to execute on. Is our warehouse even efficient?
Yeah.
So you have to look at efficiency data of our labor workforce. We'll talk about labor more in a moment, but also are we meeting our customers' SLA? I think that's really the important part for a 3PL, because if I'm not meeting their SLA, or even worse, my customer's not meeting my SLA, and what do I mean by that? I've quoted you recurring storage rates, but you're not turning inventory as fast as you're supposed to be. I have to hold them accountable just as they hold me accountable.
Yeah.
So being able to have metrics available for our customers in a scorecard is really important. So that helps them basically bring their operations to a certain level of standard that they can hold themselves and their clients accountable through their QBRs, or quarterly business reviews. And the way we do that is through dashboards. So taking the data, using a variety of different dashboard types. Power BI is a very strong one that we typically use often, because you can do a lot of data modeling, and Microsoft loves it when we use their Power BI platform.
I'm sure they do. They own it.
But we're also rolling out a new companion app this year that has even better metrics through a scorecard system.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's going to be a really cool offering this year. So
yeah, interesting, and we'll look forward to seeing that for sure. And I love good data visualization. I think it makes it so easy to be able to understand where do I have a problem right now, and where do I need to act, right? When I teach some of my students, right, I always show them like a scorecard or a dashboard or something. You know, we got green and yellow and red. And I asked them, like, where are we looking first? And they're like, I guess green. And I'm like, no, red. Red is where you want to go first, right? Because you want to know what's wrong. If things are running smoothly, well, there's no action really, right? I mean, that's where you want to be, right? But if you have a problem, you want to be able to tackle that. So being able to visualize that, I think, is huge. So let's talk a little bit about labor, because you mentioned labor in there. What are you seeing on the 3PL front around labor? And are we still seeing like the same amount of challenges? And how do you address that from a software perspective?
Yeah, so we have a variety of clients that range from small to medium-sized 3PLs to very large ones, and the propensity to invest in automation varies across the spectrum. So when we look at labor utilization rates, you're really looking to optimize the efficiency of throughput. Throughput is essential for these warehouses to actually make their labor costs actually generate their revenue and not have to keep incurring additional labor costs. So adding more systems in place, whether it be semi-automated systems, where we're talking in front office applications for document management, or even like AI to read orders in, kind of like an AI order agent, that will really help reduce the amount of labor you need to just type in orders. But then on the warehouse floor, you need automation to make sure that you're reducing total distance traveled by the folks in the warehouse, so that you can actually increase throughput without increasing labor cost. So there's a couple different ways that you can look at making labor work for you, instead of having to just spend more money on people to get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. And those people are not as easy to come by anymore too as well. So the more you can do with the existing workforce that you have, I think the better. So it's great to hear like how you're enabling that.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about 3PL billing. Right, because we talked about data, right? Obviously, a lot of that data goes into the billing side as well, but you need to be able to capture that information to make sure you're billing for the right things, and making sure you're actually billing too on some instances, right? So how do you help 3PLs get better at their billing and making sure that they're doing things accurately, but also capturing things that maybe otherwise they wouldn't have thought to bill for?
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of clients that will come to us and they run billing once a month. They handwrite stuff on picking tickets, they handwrite stuff on receiving documents, and they tally it all up at the end of the week or at the end of the month. And the amount of charges that they're leaving behind is anywhere from 5 to 15%. Just because they have non-automated systems to capture this activity. And a lot in the 3PL, it's all activity-based billing, because they're just offering a value-added service. And I have to make sure that if you're doing the service, I'm at least accounting for it. Now, you're either going to account for it in a flat rate, or you're going to account for it on a per activity basis. And unless you're really good at estimating, which many 3PLs try to, in fact, the IWLA offers a really good rates course to help these 3PLs estimate the rates better and make sure that the charges are correct. But if you can't get it perfect, then you have to have activity-based charges. And so being able to keep track of everything that you're doing, especially value-added services where you're kitting, repacking, sorting, relabeling, returns management, inspections, all of those hidden charges add up, and you want to make sure that you're capturing all of them. Did I give a guy a pallet? Or 5 pallets, or 20 pallets? Or did I stretch wrap everything? Did I account for everything that I'm doing to secure the load? Those are all activities that you want to make sure that you're capturing, and then making sure that the system is automatically invoicing them every month as expected.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm curious, like, as you kind of work with the 3PLs, right, and you start to give them some better data visibility and things like that, what is kind of like the most common thing you see that they were missing on billing?
Well, they don't even know where they're at midway through the month. Like, are we even going to be hitting our budget? Like, we want to know month to date right now, where's our revenue and what is it going to be in terms of demand? So being able to just see that ahead has been very helpful for our operators to make sure that they have the right people in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm curious, like, because obviously you talk to a lot of 3PLs, right? That's your focus for sure. So, aside from like the software portion, what are you seeing a lot of 3PLs in terms of like, what are they thinking about like physical automation? Like we see, some robotics here and things like that. What are they saying about that? And are you supporting those integrations from a software perspective at all? What does that look like?
We see a lot more on the picking automation side.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing. Recently, a lot more on the camera vision AI in terms of document management, but on the picking side, rolling out more efficient picking systems. Semi-robotics, we've been looking at maybe like the Locus Robotics style, goods to person, and then maybe even the people to goods. We're looking at different options there, and our 3PLs just really want to be more efficient because at the end of the day, they have space, and they make their money on space density. So if you could really improve their the SKU density and where they're picking, you could reduce travel, and then you could add some automation to there, whether it be maybe a pick-to-light system or even a pick-to-cart system. That's what we've been seeing a lot lately.
All right, fantastic, definitely, and really interesting to learn from you and kind of get the kind of inside look specifically at 3PLs because we have a lot of 3PLs that listen. Shout out to our 3PLs out there. So appreciate you coming by, and if people want to learn more about Camelot, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, well, visit us at www.3plsoftware.com or come follow me on LinkedIn. Camelot 3PL Software on LinkedIn. We try to put some podcasts out ourselves, just not at the frequency you do. And but no, we're going to be at the IWLA convention in just a couple months in San Antonio.
We'll be there too.
So come stop by
and
see us there.
All right, fantastic. So thanks for coming by, and enjoy the rest of Manifest.
Thank you so much.
All right, great to have you on.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video here on our YouTube channel, the New Warehouse Podcast, and I appreciate you tuning in. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video in particular, make sure you like it as well. And if you want to get this great t-shirt that you see in the video behind me, Warehouses Are Sexy, head to warehousesAreSexy.com and get your own.